one of the topics of the day, and let's see if we can play the video, and we will talk about it once after it plays.
This may ruffle a lot of feathers, but it's honest. Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and really, Dak Prescott. These are game managers. They're not difference makers.
Okay, so that's a clip real quick of Cam Newton talking about game managers versus game changers. He went on to further elaborate on his definition. I was unable to put that video together to play for us to talk about, but I'm assuming you guys have done your research. I know Mr. Scott has. I know he knows all about this. But I decided to put it up here just in case Quest or anybody else hadn't seen it. So I'll start with you, Quest, and then we'll work our way from right to left. Quest, what are your thoughts on his comments?
I like Cam Newton, man. I kind of got what he was trying to say. I don't think he was correct, but I got what he was trying to say. He basically kind of said like they mid, like they not. What's the word I'm looking for? He's saying like they mid, like they not. They good quarterbacks, but they're not like when it's down to it, they're gonna make an OD crazy play. Like that's his opinion. If he feels that way, I mean, and he is a professional quarterback, so I guess his opinion is a little bit better than mine. But stop putting my son's name in your mouth, B. And I knew y'all niggas was going to pick this type of shit because Dak's name was mentioned. If Dak's name was mentioned, y'all niggas probably wouldn't even brought this shit up. And that's cute. Y'all get together. No. Y'all get together. Where's the camera? Is it this one? Y'all get together, right? Y'all get together and y'all have y'all little behind-the-scenes board meetings about topics that can fucking anger Quest. That's what the fuck y'all do. That's what y'all two do. You two. Where's the camera? Is it this? There you go. You two. That's what y'all do. That's what y'all do. But, I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. I don't think so. I get what he's trying to say, though. Like, I get it. I'm still offended. But I get it. Like, I get it.
He's 1,000% correct, if you ask me. He's correct if you ask me. And I'm glad you brought it in. You brought this topic up right when we was just talking about one of the pure and true difference makers. It's not shitting on them. It's not disrespectful, and that's what people get. People get offended. You know what I'm saying? But it's not disrespect. He's just keeping it all the way 1,000. He could have said it a different way and just told everybody, listen to me. You got Patrick Mahomes, you got Lamar Jackson, and you got Josh Allen. Them three motherfuckers right there, they on another level, all right? You ain't got a quarterback, but those three quarterbacks play football at another level than the other quarterbacks because those three quarterbacks, no matter where you put them, no matter what team you put them on, no matter what system you put them in, they are going to ball out and they're going to put the team on their back and they're going to be a motherfucking problem. Facts. And when they're on a team, if they get hurt, nobody ain't going to be able to come on the field and do what they do. You can't fill the shoes of a Lamar Jackson. You can't fill the shoes of a Patrick Mahomes. And you can't fill the shoes of a Josh Allen with a backup that's really good and knows how to sling the rock and knows everything. He could be good, but he ain't going to fill the shoes to the way that them three boys is going to ball out. So call everybody else what you want to call them. Call them whatever you want to call them. Game managers, tier this, tier that. Call them whatever you want to call them so you don't hurt their feelings. But the truth of the matter is, there's one Lamar Jackson, there's one Patrick Mahomes, and there's only one Josh Allen, if you ask me. Everybody else, they ain't on the level of them. They not. And that's why, and this is why, going back to what I was saying earlier, this is why I feel like Lamar is gonna show. It's gonna show you the difference. Brock Purdy showed it earlier this season. Like this season, you saw it when he didn't have Debo and when he didn't have his the left tackle.
This may ruffle a lot of feathers, but it's
When he ain't have his weapons, they were on a losing streak. They lost to teams like Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't make the big plays. Niggas was on him, and he looked very average without a few of his top targets. We ain't gonna talk about Daiquiri punk ass and how many times he done failed his fucking team in the crunch. We ain't gonna talk about that. He shouldn't even put Daiquiri. Quest is right. Dak don't belong in the conversation and in the same fucking sentence with Tua, Purdy, you know what I'm saying, and the other quarterbacks. Because he's proven time and time again that in the clutch, he ain't fucking got the gene at all. That nigga folds in the fucking clutch. So he don't belong in that. You're right, my boy. He don't belong in that fucking in that sentence with the rest of them quarterbacks. He could have left his punk ass name off the list if you ask me.
So
He's correct if you ask me. My opinion.
This is very easy. I think people make this more complicated than it has to be. And I think when he further explained it, I'm glad he did another video and took a deeper dive into his definition of manager and changer, right? I forget the guy's name that's on, he came to his defense. Because first of all, this Kimberly Martin came out talking out her ass, I guess on ESPN, talking crazy about Cam. I don't even understand why certain people think they could talk crazy about somebody that's done it at a high level, right? But I'm glad that he got more specific. If you take some of the best teams in the NFL currently, right, with their roster, and you take the quarterback away, how good would they be? Now, the Dallas Cowboys, as currently constituted, is so good. They're a well-rounded team. So if you take Dak out, you can plug in another quarterback that can help the team win. And even a Cowboy fan who sits in this panel right now knows that when Dak was unavailable, they had a backup that came and did a beyond serviceable job, right? To the point where some people wanted that man to be the quarterback going forward. Now, if Dak was such a one-of-one and a game changer, right, that wouldn't even be a question. That's why Lamar Jackson is a game changer, according to Cam Newton, and Brock Purdy isn't. How many quarterbacks could be plugged into San Francisco and win? From Jimmy Garoppolo to now Brock Purdy, and there was a quarterback before him. I can't remember his name that played for a couple of games, but also looked decent in San Francisco. When you have that type of team, you could be successful and you could plug in a lot of different quarterbacks and make them look really good. However, when you are a game changer, the way Kansas City is set up, if there's no Patrick Mahomes, that team is dead in the water unless you get another game changer. It's as simple as that. And I don't know why people was coming for Cam because of the comments, et cetera, so forth. The fact that I forget the African guy's name, he came to his defense and he said, Cam Newton did in his Super Bowl run, his best receiver was Ted Ginn Jr., whose maximum amount of yards in the season was 700. Tyreek Hill is going crazy in Miami. Yes, Tua has to get him the ball. Well, when you have a receiver like Tyreek Hill, it's going to make your life a lot easier. It made even great Patrick Mahomes' life look even easier. But there's a difference. And if people can't see the difference, they're being ignorant and they're taking it personal because they have certain feelings towards some of those quarterbacks that were named. And if you take your feelings out of it, I think Cam was right on point. That's just my opinion.
Like I said, I get what he was saying. He's basically saying they're mid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I get the comparison to the other three quarterbacks. I'm a Dallas fan, right? So it's ride or die. I'm riding till the wheels fall off. It bothers me that when they bring up Dak's name as they make Dak seem way whacker than he is. That when people speak on him, they make him seem way like whacker than he. Like they make him seem like he's wild trash, and that's not the case. And there's been plenty of games where Dak has brought us home. So don't do that. There's been plenty of games where Dak has put shit on his back and he's brought us home. Has he fucking failed? Fell short? Sure. Every quarterback has at one time. Now you mean to tell me if you put Patrick Mahomes on fucking Jacksonville, them niggas would be good?
They're good now. What are you talking about?
You put Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes on. Who's the worst team in the NFL right now?
The Carolina Panthers. You put Lamar on, yes.
Put them on, they're gonna be good.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's just use Jacksonville as example, Quest. That was a horrible example because they have a running game and better receivers.
I always get Jacksonville and Carolina mixed up.
Oh, okay. So Carolina, right? Who's a better receiver right now? Is it Carolina's number one receiver
Who's Carolina's
or
number one receiver?
Adam Thielen?
Okay.
Right? Right,
Yeah,
Kay?
Thielen.
Okay.
Yeah, Thielen.
Is Thielen better than any receiver that's currently on Kansas City?
I don't know.
He is.
Yes, the fuck he is.
So you put Patrick Mahomes in Carolina. He
Who's their
eats.
running back? Who's their running back?
Miles Sanders.
So all right, he has a receiver, and that's enough. All right, I'm gonna let you. You know what? I'm gonna let you have that one. If you say it's enough, I don't think it's enough. But if you say that's enough to make them good, to make them a playoff contention team, like when we say good, are they gonna like go all the way good or just make the playoffs good? Are they gonna be on the same level as Kansas City?
They're gonna be better than what they currently are.
Still losing. Okay, got you. Like you made it seem like they get on this team, sky's the limit. No, they might instead of winning 4 games, they might win 8.
Okay.
And 8 games to get you in the playoffs. And 8 games doesn't get your whole fucking coaching staff fired. This shows progress, and we're gonna go shopping in the offseason and get better and try to get to 10 and 11.
Listen, let's move on because I think we got plenty of stuff I want to cover. I want to talk about this Mike Mitchell, the hit that caused a lot of controversy and caused him to get fined. I think that's his name. Am I correct? Because Kay looked a little confused. Does he play for Pittsburgh? I feel like he plays for Pittsburgh. That's what I think I put down. But
so I was confused because the guy that got suspended for Pittsburgh for the season, who we should be talking about, his name is Casey. He's the one that's done for the season. Now I heard the clip about what Mike Mitchell said, but I don't know how recent that is, D. I don't know what you know what I'm saying? But the guy that plays for Pittsburgh right now who just got done for the season, his name is Casey. Devontae Casey, I think. But he's the guy
and it was for a hit.
Yes, for multiple hits.
Oh, okay. So what Mike Mitchell was talking about, this is the Mike Mitchell clip is a couple of weeks old. Yeah, it's older, right? And so it's not as recent as the guy that just
in the same lines.
Yeah, but it's in the same line, and I think his soundbite is what got me. Because he was so upset. He was so upset.
Play your soundbite.
I can't play it. I would have. I can't play it. But matter of fact, I can play it. I can play it, so you'll hear it, but you won't see it. How about that? We'll do that. Maybe that'll work. Yeah, but I was what he said caught my attention, and it's actually something that's also been mentioned in the group chat about how basically the NFL is going to be a bunch of flag football at some point in time because the defense is not allowed to basically do anything. It's like all the rules is against the defense, and it makes it hard for them to actually do their job. So I just wanted to get you guys' opinion on that. Okay, this is the soundbite. I'm gonna play it, and then you guys can speak on how y'all feel.
End of the day, this is
You're muted.
me to hit you right now before I hit you. For me. Now I don't got a football. You want to see flag football? Then let's take our pads off. That would make it easier for me. Now I don't got to wear heavy shit. But give us flags for me to pull off, because that way I know what we're playing. You know, I signed up to play full speed contact football, and we're not doing that. I feel like I got to ask a guy, hey, are you ready for me to hit you right now before I hit you? And that's crazy. I'm gonna mess around and get hurt trying to protect an offensive player because he's running an over route. Damn it, your quarterback shouldn't have threw that ball messed up. That happened 2 years ago. I'm not joking at all. And he don't do a ball to Tyler Ivor 2 years ago. Tyler Ivor had to die for it. I was aiming for his gut. But if he don't die, if he don't get in the head, that's 50 grand out of my pocket though, because Andy throws a bad ball. Make that make sense. And at first you're taking our money, but now, you know, I got assholes like Matt Hasselbeck calling me a dirty player and trying my character we've never met before. I donate more money to Cincinnati, underprivileged kids, and public people on the Bengals. So don't give me that name. My nephew goes to school there, man. I take all that personally. If you don't know me, if you never had a conversation with me, don't judge us on what you see on football, because football is not competitive side. At the end of the day, this.
So that's the soundbite. I'll start with you, Quest. Tell me what you think.
He's absolutely right. Football, that's what football's supposed to be. Full speed contact sport, right? I'm 6'3", 280 pounds, right? If I'm running full speed at a quarterback and I'm right here before he, you know how hard it is for me to stop my full motion speed, running full speed at 280 pounds, to stop on a dime, to not touch him. Now, I've seen instances where dudes kind of try to not, and they still get the call on them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just too much. They made it to me. I mean, I get it. You got to try to protect the players. But like he said, if I'm going to aim for a dude, I'm trying to hit him low, and the nigga dives, and now we're both going head to, that's not my fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't be penalized for that. Like he said, son threw the bad ball. That wasn't what I was intentionally doing, but because of the way he reacted, that's how he got hit. It's football. They made it wild. You can't do nothing to soft, and I get it. You got to protect these people. That's cool, but also, like, it's fucking football. If we wanted to watch flag football, I'd watch fucking flag football. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them play. Certain instances, it'd be like too much. Certain instances, like, you barely contest the quarterback, and I get it, but damn, like, you can't. Nigga, if you get blocked and you fall and you land on the quarterback's foot, you get a call. Like, you can't touch them. Like, you can't. Soon, I guarantee they're gonna make the rule where you can't tackle a quarterback. You got like two-hand rough touch or some shit. Watch, they're gonna. It's. I get exactly what he's saying. I don't think he's wrong at all.
It's crazy because I agree. But so because I agree, and because the homie said it all, and because the road just said it all, I'm gonna go a little bit further. Just for a little bit. Follow me here, right? The game is changing, right? We're used to hearing the defensive linebackers and the defensive ends because like Quest was just saying, you can't hit the quarterbacks. That was one part that we kind of got used to over the last 4 or 5 years now, that you can't hit them low, you can't hit them high. There's no real way to sack a quarterback. If you can't slap them in the face accidentally, you know what I'm saying? Once you touch their face with your hand, that's another fucking flag. 15 yards, costing your penalty, costing your team, your teammates looking at you crazy. Like, damn, my nigga, you know what I'm saying? But now it's going to the wide receivers. D, you don't watch football, so you don't really know, but you can't even hit a receiver in a certain way anymore, because it could be targeting, it could be a personal foul. I was watching the game the other day, and the nigga got popped, and the nigga just straight up, the cornerback saw him, he caught the ball, and he just ran in a straight line and just hit him. He ain't spare him. He just popped him like you heard the patch. Bang! And it's fucking football. That's what it's supposed to be. When you in the stands and you hear that shit, you heard everybody say, ooh, I'm sitting here at home and I'm jumped the fuck up because I heard that pop. That's fucking football. They threw a flag on this nigga. And then, sorry for saying, the N-word, but they threw a flag on son. And then they just called it a personal foul. I said wait, what? It's just a personal foul? Like, it was crazy. So now that you can't even hit receivers anymore, it's like, what are we supposed to do? So now that guy, he's a defensive back. KZ, the safety that's done for the season, he's a defensive back. The guy in Denver who they trying to label as a bad, as a ruthless player, you know what I'm saying? All of these dudes have just been playing the same game that everybody else has been playing, football, at full speed, and they play it at the highest level. But the rules are changing mid-season, like this off-season. There may be a change where they call some shit the hip drop tackle because because Mark Andrews from the Baltimore Ravens got hurt. It's like, how you expect small people to tackle really, really big fucking people if they can't grab them now? Like, the shit is gonna get crazy. And like, if they really implement this hip drop tackle and make that a 15-yard penalty too, you're gonna hear even more players going on. It's gonna get worse before it gets better. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The shit ain't getting no better. The shit is getting worse. It went from the quarterbacks, you couldn't touch them. You couldn't touch them first. Now it's the wide receivers. And now, if you can't tackle somebody how you want to tackle them in an open fucking field, it's gonna get even worse. Unfortunately, because y'all know how much I love this motherfucking game of football. But it ain't gonna get better. It's gonna get worse.
And unfortunately, I think you can't take a contact sport in the name of protection and put all these rules in place to avoid injuries. You're gonna take away. The only way to do that is to take away the contact. So that's where the exaggeration of flag football comes in, because isn't that the most logical choice? If you don't want nobody to get hurt by contact, make it so that they don't have to be contacted. That's the only thing that makes sense.
One more point I want to bring up real quick before we move on, because I heard this is not even my point. Like, I heard somebody else say it. I heard one of the guys on TV. I can't recall him. I gave him credit, but he mentioned it. He said, we got to remember, the NFL just started protecting people and started going all crazy after the Will Smith movie came out. Before Concussion came out, it was do it all, and we don't care about nothing. They only doing this shit to protect your image. All this shit is all about the image of the game. You know what I'm saying? I just had to bring that up.
I think that's a good point.
I have one more to say. Now, as a dude, I wasn't in the pros, but I played wide receiver and I played free safety, right? Bro, if a quarterback threw it to me and he threw it too high and I had to jump OD to get it and I got hit, I'm not mad at son that hit me. When I go back in this huddle though, bro, you trying to line me up for death. Because I know as a free safety, if dude jump up in front of me to catch, he's dead. I'm going to kill this thing. I'll be like, Salah, I'm like, oh, this nigga just jumped in front of me. He's wild. He tried to die. I'm going to go kill this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I can't need like certain instances. I would go talk to my quarterback like, yo, bro, you wilding, bro. Like, you trying to set me up. Yo, I need him. You know what I'm saying? I need a head, not there, nigga. Like, I could jump, but I can't be mad because he's playing defense. Now, like, if a nigga jumps and catch the ball, I gotta wait for him to land. And then he hit me with some shit. Touchdown. Now I look stupid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna take, like you said, if we can't hit nobody, might as well play fucking flag football or fucking, what's the All-Star game now? 2-hand touch?
Think about it like this. Think about it like this. You know how many all-time greats, NFL defensive greats, wouldn't be able to play in this era of football? Ronnie Lott is not Ronnie Lott if he can't take your fucking head off. I'm just saying. I don't even want to just think about it like that. Think about how many players wouldn't be Hall of Famers if they played in this soft ass fucking era right
It's
now.
not gonna be football. It's gonna be wuss ball. Y'all want to play wuss ball? Go play wuss ball. The fuck.
That's a fact. That's a fact. I think they just hurting their product more and more. People don't watch football to just see points scored. They do, like I said, it's a contact sport. They see it they watch it for the hits, etc., so forth. And if you're gonna take that away, it's no longer going to be football, and I think he's going to lose a lot of viewership. Moving on to another topic of discussion, we're going to move to the NBA real quick. I want to talk about a comment made by the Las Vegas Aces head coach, Becky Hammond. She was talking about the New York Knicks specifically, and she was talking about how mid they're gonna continue to be because they don't have the guy. Kendrick Perkins said they do got the guy. The guy's Jalen Brunson. She said, my motto is, if your best player is your smallest player, you'll never win a championship. She doesn't think that equates to championships. She went down the line real quick and said Steph Curry was the exception to this rule.
Really small though.
But he's the smallest, even on the team, because on the team he's the smallest, right? And we know even when they started to face the Cavs early on, and people would pick on Steph defensively, right? Let's go at Steph Curry because that's the liability on the team. The only other player I was able to think of as a point guard that was the smallest guy on the team and their best player is Isaiah Thomas, right? So I think she has a point. She has a big point, because truth is, if we can only think of two people, right? We can only think of two people in history.
How tall was Oscar Robertson?
6. He was 6 something, but he wasn't the best player on the team.
What do you mean Big O wasn't the best player on the team? What are you smoking?
Wait, whoa, wait a minute, relax. Ooh. He won a chip, right? The Big O won a chip, right? Mm-hmm. Did he not play with Kareem for that chip? Am I correct in saying that, or am I off? Because in my opinion, as great as O was, I thought I would think it's Kareem was the best player on the team.
I mean, but if the nigga
averaged the triple-double, but I don't even know if that was the championship year. Was that the championship year when he averaged a triple-double?
Didn't he do it?
Listen. At the end of the day, I don't even know if he played with Kareem or not, but he's the Big O. And the fact that you're trying to discredit the Big O because you're saying he played with Kareem is just crazy. The fact that we're talking about Becky Hammond's opinion, who cares about Becky Hammond? But I don't. It's like who cares about it?
Can you win when your point guard, who may be the smallest, if the smallest player on your team is your point guard, can you win a chip? That's the question. Forget Becky Hammond.
Like what you said.
Ask the question again.
Can you win a championship when your best player is your smallest player?
What does height have to do with it? Yes, you can win a player small.
I mean, let's keep it from basketball. As much as we try to change basketball's always been a game of height. I don't care how much we be trying to change it. Niggas be trying to change it. Nigga, the taller niggas is usually the better niggas. KD, nigga, the taller niggas is the better niggas, bro. Like, we be trying to change it with the small ball shit and all that. The power forwards now be like 6'4". I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. It's always been a game of height. You can't teach height. Like, height has always been the thing in basketball, bro.
There's a reason why right now the MVP looks like he's trying to go back to back. He is dominating. There's not even a question who's the runner up. It ain't no point guard.
Why do you think they would about Wembanyama?
It's him.
You think they would care if Wembanyama was 6'3"? Would it be a big deal? No. This nigga's 7'4". 7 fucking that basketball's always gonna be high. I don't care what you try to change it to, bro. And as much as I don't want to agree with her, shit, fucking fuck. She definitely started pointing out some niggas' names, and she's definitely right. Steph is 6'3", but like you say, he's the shortest nigga on the team, technically. So yes, but everybody else she named was like 6 foot. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, yeah, like shit. I don't want to believe that, but when she put it out there like that, she might be correct. I think Jalen, and I'm not a Knicks fan, but that boy Jalen Brunson good. I don't think the Knicks are going to be able to do it with just him though. He needs something. Like it can't just be. He needs something. Like it can't just be him. Like if it's just going to be that team that they got constructed now with him as the guy, no, they're definitely not going to win the championship. He needs a fucking big probably. Like he needs something. He needs something else. And it ain't Julius Randle.
Can I talk now?
Go ahead, talk.
Because I want to go right off of what Quest just said. That's it right there. We're talking about the Knicks. We're talking about Brunson. It has nothing to do with Brunson's height. It's just that the team ain't fucking right. If they had better players along with Brunson, they could possibly win a chip. If they were traded for fucking Donovan Mitchell, they could possibly be in championship contention like fucking now. But they wanted to be mediocre because they said Donovan wouldn't take them over the edge. So sit there and be mediocre. Don't blame it on Jalen Brunson's height. That's like the weirdest shit I've ever heard. Because his height, he's still fucking nice, and he's still the best.
So and if Donovan Mitchell was there,
just put better fucking pieces around him.
So let me ask you: so if it was Donovan Mitchell instead of Jalen Brunson, they'd be contention?
Say that again. So
if it was Donovan Mitchell in Jalen Brunson's seat, would the Knicks be contenders?
No, that wasn't a situation, my bro. They was going to play on the team together. They wasn't trading Brunson to get Mitchell. They was bringing Donovan Mitchell to play with Brunson.
And you think those two together would have got it done?
Would be looking better than what the fuck they looking like right now. They wouldn't be so mediocre.
What does the Cavs look like?
The Cavs look like what the fuck they look like. Is Garland better than Brunson?
No.
It's like we keep on comparing people and situations, but for me, the Knicks would have been better. And like I said, the question is all about Brunson's height. We're trying to judge his height. He has the most heart out of any fucking. When it comes to the heart, he got more heart than 90% of the niggas in the league right now. And that's why he's
heart. So don't heart. It didn't equal to
we talking about height, man. But like we're talking about height.
Iverson had heart, and it didn't equal to a chip. It wasn't enough. Iverson had heart, and it wasn't enough. He had more heart for the whole NBA, but it wasn't
because
enough.
He ain't have a better fucking team. We really George Hill, Eric Snow, John.
Because he ran into a giant.
Listen, K. So the thing is this is why I wanted to bring this up, because you see how excited he is. He's so passionate he is about this. The reality is, even though it was mentioned about the Knicks, and I'm a Knicks fan, I didn't want to speak on this topic because I'm a Knicks fan. The reality is that what she said is absolutely true. I give you an example. Dame is Dame. He wasn't going to do it in Portland as him being the best player. Now he comes to Milwaukee. If he gets a chip, it's because the best player isn't him. It's Giannis, right? Joker just won a championship. He was the best player. Okay? That doesn't take away from Jamal Murray, but if Joker wasn't Joker, right? Murray wouldn't be able to carry no Denver team to no chip and win. The truth of the matter is, even historically, the best player, if the best player was the point guard, has not won. If they've been the smallest, let me use her words, the smallest player on the team is the best player on the team. They have not won. That's proven historically. We could go from Kobe and Shaq. We could go from MJ. Anybody that's won chips, it ain't been the smallest guy who's been the best player. And even as a Knicks fan, as much as as great as Jalen Brunson is, we understand we need to get another player, maybe better than Jalen Brunson, so he could be the closer. He can't be the carrier. He needs to be the closer, and that's why Dame is there with Milwaukee. He's really there to close and be that second 1A, 1B to Giannis 1A. That's what it's really about. And it's true. I don't even understand why this should be why people feel elsewhere. It's not even a slight against Jalen Brunson. He's amazing, but we're not going to win a chip with Jalen Brunson as a, you know how perfectly constructed the team would have to be built in order for Jalen Brunson to be the best player and for us to win? And like I said, the example or the blueprint of that would be the Golden State Warriors. We would have to have 3 core guys, a crazy system, right? All these things got to fit for us to all of a sudden get to the chip and win. Think about all the teams right now that's in the top of any division. Their best player is not a point guard. It's just what it is outside of Steph Curry. Oh, excuse me, John Morant. Let's use him as an example. But they're not on the top of the West right now.
Who was the best player on the Detroit Pistons championships team?
Zeke. That's
you talking about with Rasheed and them?
No. I'm with Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace, Tayshaun Prince, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton.
I think it was Sheed to me.
I
think it was Sheed. Chauncey was the closer though, but Chauncey was the closer.
Okay, here's my thing. Here's the point I'm making. At the end of the day,
but
here's the point that I don't agree, because if you got the right team and the right chemistry, you could beat any fucking body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It don't matter about height to me. Like that's just weird to me. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna agree. I won't agree. Ain't nothing y'all gonna say or nothing y'all gonna point out to change my opinion on the topic. The Detroit Pistons did what they did, and their center was Ben Wallace at 6'9", 6'10". Rasheed Wallace came there and he made the difference, but they all came together as a team and just beat everybody because they grinded out together. Chauncey may not have been the best player, but like we said, he's big shot Chauncey for a reason. He's the closer for a reason. And they won chips. It's not about height for me. If you got the right team of players, you could do it. And here's what I hate. It's like, she can't say, oh, make this big thing and say, oh, it's Steph Curry, though. No, motherfucker, Steph Curry is the best player on the team, and he did it too. So we can't take him out because you want to make a point. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
But the statement wasn't never. She just felt like, generally speaking, you can't win a chip if the best player is the smallest. She didn't say never, and she never said never because literally we gave 2 examples. One was Steph Curry on the show. She mentioned it. Steph Curry's name came up, and Isaiah Thomas is another one. And if we did the research, I'm pretty sure we can figure out if Oscar Robertson fits there. But as many championships as there have been in the league, if we could only name 3 people, then generally speaking,
and that's only 4 championships.
They're the exception. Yeah, that's exceptions. That's the exception.
4 championships and all the
wait a minute. You mentioned the great Bulls. You mentioned the Bulls. We never had a big that was nice. Ever.
Yeah, but
okay, we said the smallest guy. Let's say your smallest guy was B.J. Armstrong or Steve Kerr. It wasn't Michael Jordan.
And even then,
the smallest guy. That was the statement.
Ron Harper's like 6'7", 6'8".
True, but we ain't have a big. All right.